everyone, it's Hayes, and the official Miraculous channel have just released the official trailer for episode 22 of Miraculous Ladybug Season 5 Collusion. It's linked down below, so please go and watch it before I spoil it all for you now. But oh boy, is it interesting. So it opens with Adrian and Marinette walking into class hand in hand, their boyfriend and girlfriend, but they immediately look disgusted at the sight of Chloe. And Ivan seems to be like... It just seems like he's talking to her, but he does have a fist clenched. It does kind of seem like he's angry with her, like he's shouting at her or whatever. I don't think he would hit her, but like I think that's what Chloe is trying to like rile him up. Because so Marinette gets in his way, Miss Bustier comes into the class, and then it kind of pauses and Marinette looks like she's in the middle of doing the dance from Saturday Night Fever. But then at this point we see there's an earpiece in Chloe's ear, and she just does something a bit random. She starts really rubbing her cheek, and it seems that she's claiming that someone has hit her, and I think, judging by the office scene that we are shown later on, she is trying to say Marinette has hit her. However, all of the class are like, no way, and the only reason I'm saying they're saying no is because, interestingly, Sabrina has now moved seats. She's now sat next to Nathaniel. Of course, she used to sit next to Chloe, but now she's sat with Nathaniel. So that, first of all, I think that's pointing to Sabrina saying something in confrontation, obviously, hence the name, confrontation, and obviously Chloe not being happy with it, so Sabrina moves to sit elsewhere. So Chloe has been exposed in the previous episode for being a liar, hopefully, and now the whole class are annoyed with Chloe and Lila and are now calling Chloe out. But Lila is also absent. However, Chloe, with like this red mark on her cheek, doesn't care and rings Miss Mendeleev immediately. So they go to Miss Mendeleev, who is in the head teacher's office, and I was a bit like, I'm sorry, what? Why is she the head teacher? So what I'm assuming has happened in confrontation is that obviously Chloe and Lila were confronted, Sabrina had all this evidence, she was definitely right, and I mean, I'm not sure what the exact punishment for doing what they did would be, but perhaps he wanted to expel Chloe and Lila, and obviously Chloe's dad wouldn't be happy with that happening to Chloe at the very least. So he fired Mr. Damocles because he seems to hold that power. I have absolutely zero idea like what power a city mayor holds. Like, do they have control of the schools? I don't know. So it seems that possibly for the remainder of the school year, which obviously we all know it's 2 weeks left to go, everyone, it seems that possibly Miss Mendeleev is going to be like acting head teacher in the interim until the new school year starts. So like I said, it feels like Marinette has been like framed for hitting Chloe when Chloe just seems to have kind of scratched her cheek herself. So her parents have been called in. Chloe is on her own, but she's still saying Marinette has done this. Miss Mendeleev is 110% done, and so is Miss Bustier. However, at this point we see someone with a map, and they drop Marinette and Miss Bustier off it. So I feel like this is communicating to say, like, we've dealt with them, they've gone, they're no longer a threat. Also, kind of on the map, it looks like right at the top, there's like a black waist and a black sleeve with like clothing. Is that Natalie? She wears like a black blazer. That's the only person I can think of it is. Anyway, these photos land on the floor at the feet of Lila. These are Lila's shoes, 110%. I love Lila's outfit, as we all know. And then we see who I'm assuming is Lila, but with a brand new haircut, which I quite like. I've always said before, I love Lila's outfit. Never really liked her hair too much, as in like the style of it. Love the colour, not a fan of the way she wears it. I love this. Why she's cut her hair though? No idea. But this I love. As for where she is, I have no idea. I don't believe it's somewhere we've seen in the show. It looks somewhere quite dark, and whilst I would think the sewers with that, the sewers don't look like this. There's like lots of graffiti everywhere. So part of me is maybe thinking the catacombs? Possibly. If it's not the catacombs, then I have absolutely zero clue though. So, someone gets akumatized and they are given the power of the pig, I believe. It's not 100% clear, and this Akuma villain starts to fight them. So they seem to be French flag themed, although they do kind of look like a tube of toothpaste. And I kind of think this person is Miss Bustier. They seem to have this protective shield over their tummy, and like I've asked before, like I wonder what it would be like if you akumatized a pregnant person. Does the baby get akumatized as well? What effect would that have on an unborn child? I don't know. And there's also these balloons around them that kind of look a mix between neutral and sad. So I'm assuming like this Wonder Woman style golden whip with like a, I don't know, like a page or a tablet on the end is like the power of the pig, and if they get hit, they will get distracted by their deepest desires, which, you know, worked pretty well in Jubilation, so I'm not surprised Gabriel Babes is trying it again. And speaking of, he detransforms in his lab, which I was a bit unsure about, but what I think is going to happen is that he maybe gives like a mini press conference. So it then goes to Chloe, and she has a Tsurugi laptop, a Tsurugi golden laptop, very nice, very bougie Chloe, and she seems to be controlling the blue Tsurugi robots in front of her with this laptop and telling them where to target, possibly. You can kind of see on like the little screen she has little different sensors and different things, and you can also see again on the laptop the Tsurugi logo. And like I'm saying, it's possibly a press conference because Clara from the news is there, as well as all these other cameras and microphones, so that's what I think is going on there. So Ladybug arrives, her yo-yo hits it, and then this little net comes out. However, at that point Ladybug and Cat Noir leave, and you can kind of see in the background these like little red, not bullets, like laser shots? I don't know if that's what it is exactly, but I don't think they're bullets. And as you can see, as they jump out of City Hall, you can see little red bullets going across the screen. So part of me is thinking that maybe Gabriel and Tomoe are kind of like Ladybug and Cat Noir, maybe like bad for this city, kind of similar to like the narrative that was starting to be pushed in Illusion, where like, you know, they're terrible or whatever. So they are now using their technology to kind of, I don't know, try and take down Ladybug and Cat Noir, so the Miraculous can be maybe used by other people, possibly, and for whatever reason they're letting Chloe, a literal psychopath, use it. I don't know. Then the final end of the trailer is, I'm assuming, when Gabriel Babes has once again lost in the episode, and we see the state of the Cataclysm, and it's not looking good, mate. A trip down to the murder basement to see your wife isn't going to solve that. So there you go, besties. That was an analysis of the trailer. Do I be an actual mad person? Like, I'm doing nothing else today. I've just been sat here pretty much all day waiting for this trailer. Do I, like, in a couple of hours release a theory video once I've had some more time to think? I don't know if I can think of anything else to say. Like, I think it's fairly obvious what goes on. Like, Miss Bustier gets akumatized because she couldn't save Marinette. Does Marinette get expelled from school? Like, what happened to Soculine with, like, 2 weeks left to go, as we saw in the flashback in Derision? It's all very interesting. I think what I'm most interested in, though, is Chloe and her plans and how Gabriel is going to use her. It's going to be very, very interesting. So all the air dates from the Screen Besties. Of course, if you already know what happens in Collusion from the leaks, I would really appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone in the comments. So I'd love to know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.